This video was made possible by Good Better Best Tuition Services. Please subscribe to this channel to get the latest updates. Today we are going to be discussing the multiplication and division of fractions. So let's look at our laws, skills and strategies. Strategy we always employ in the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of fractions is that we always need to change our mixed fractions into improper fractions. Our skills, we need to know how to find the LCM or the lowest common multiple. One of the strategies that we employ is that when we cancel or we simplify using the bow tie method. How does that work? It means we can cancel down, we can cancel across like that, we can cancel down again, or we can cancel across like that. We can never ever cancel from there to there or from there to there. Let's look at the following example. Now there are two methods for solving the sum. We can say numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. 2 times 10 is 20, 5 times 4 is 20. Now once we have this value, we can simplify and say 20 divided by 20 is 1. Or what we can do is we can say 5 divides into itself once, 5 divides into 10 2 times, 2 divides into itself once, 2 divides into 4 twice, and now we multiply. 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 2 is 2. We always, when we multiply, it's always numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator. So that will give me 2 over 2, which we simplify, and that will be 1. Let's do another sum. Now here we have a mixed number. We have 5 1/4 times 3 2/3. We discussed in a previous lesson what you need to do. You need to convert this to an improper fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Do you remember how to do that? So we would say 5 times 4 is 20, and 20 plus 1 is 21. That would give us 21 over 4 times 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11, and that would give us 11 over 3. Now let's see how we would simplify this. Remember that we can only cancel using the bow tie method. So does anything cancel down? 21 and 4 is, or any number that both these numbers have in common? No. 11 and 3, do they have any factors in common? No. 4 and 11, do they have anything in common that would simplify the fraction? Also not. But 3 goes into itself once, and 3 goes into 21 7 times. What does that give us? It gives us 7 times 11 is 77 over 4, which we need to now convert back into a mixed number. So we can go ahead and say that 4 divides into 7 one time, and what are you left with? You're left with 3. And 4 divides into 37 9 times, and that leaves you with 1, and your remainder then is 1/4. So your answer is 19 1/4. Now let's look at a more complex example. We have 2 3/4 plus 3 and 7 over 8 times 2 1/2. What do we know? Which rules apply now? Our BODMAS rules apply. This means that we need to now solve for the brackets first, or simplify the brackets first. Let's do that. So you know you need to convert to an improper fraction in order to simplify. And 3 times 8 is 24, and 24 plus 7 is 31. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So that's 5 over 4. Let's close that bracket and let's simplify further. Now remember, we can only cancel using bow tie method. So 31 and 8, is there anything that we can use to simplify this fraction? nothing. 5 and 4, again nothing. 8 and 5, there isn't anything. And 4 and 31, nothing simplifies into those two as well. So what must we do? We must multiply numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator. That gives us 155 over 32. Now we need to go ahead and add 2 3/4 to 155 over 32. But what do we need to do to 2 3/4? We need to convert it to an improper fraction. So that will give us 11 over 4 plus 155 over 32. We now need to find our LCM. What is the LCM of 4 and 32? It's 32. That's correct. Let's go ahead and convert 11 over 4 to an equivalent fraction over 32. What did I do to 4 to get 32? I multiplied by 8. And according to the laws of fractions, what I do to the denominator I must also do to the numerator. So 11 times 8 is 88. And 88 plus 155 is 243 over 32. Now we need to simplify that into a mixed fraction. So let's do that quickly. 32 divides into 243 how many times? 7 times. And you are left with 19 over 32. So our answer is 7 and 19 over 32. Let's do another sum. Now let's look at 2 over 3 divided by 3 over 4. Now when we divide, we've got to invert the fraction and multiply. So we call that tipping times. So we have 2 over 3 and we change the divide to a multiply, and we change the 3 over 4 to 4 over 3. What does that give us? Does anything simplify? Let's use our bow tie method. 2 and 3, nothing simplifies. 4 and 3, nothing simplifies. 3 and 4, also nothing. 3 and 2, also nothing. So we multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, and that will give me 8 over 9. Let's do a more complex example. So here we have 4 1/5 plus 3 3/10 divided by 4 1/2. But we've got to follow BODMAS rules, and BODMAS says we must do our brackets first. So let's simplify our brackets before we divide. Now we know we need to convert to an improper fraction. So 4 times 5 is 20, 20 plus 1 is 21, and 3 times 10 is 30, 30 plus 3 is 33. So now we have our improper fractions. We need to find our LCM. And the LCM for 5 and 10 is 10. That's correct. What did I do to 5 to get 10? I multiplied by 2. So I must multiply 21 by 2 as well. That would give me 42. And that one doesn't change because the denominator is 10 already. Now 42 plus 33 is equal to 75. That will give us 75 over 10. And where did we get 9 over 2? We said 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So we are still dividing by 9 over 2. But we now need to tip in times and change that into a times. And then we also need to change that 9 over 2 into 2 over 9. So let's simplify. 2 goes into itself once. 2 goes into 10 5 times. But is there anything that simplifies across that way and anything that simplifies down? Let's have a look. Now 5 divides into itself once, and 5 divides into 75 15 times. So what are we left with? We are left with 15 over 1. That's what we left with on this side. Times, what are we left with here? 1 over 9. And you can see that 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 divides into 15 5 times. And so our answer is 5 over 3. And that will give us 1 and 2, 1/3. Thank you for watching with us. We hope to see you again soon. And then if you need help with maths, physics, accounting, English, or Afrikaans, we offer tuition for grades 1 to 12. Please feel free to contact me on the number on the screen.